Hey, what's up, all? Yeah, I want to do some streaming today. We're gonna build the Freedom Gundam, or at least get started, because I don't think I've ever, and I need to do it sometime, done a complete build on a stream before. I don't think I have. Maybe a GM, or I know. I think back when I did that GM, I think it was like a year or two ago. Like I was way too like I am now. There's too much going on. Robert, good to see you. Ultronymous, good to see you. Yeah, before we get started, I want to show off some other neat stuff I got recently. One is this Guile Jada Toys Street Fighter. I love this line. I have them all except for like the Player 2 Ryu, Player 2 Ken, but I do have the Player 2 Chun-Li. I really like the Chun-Li. And I even have the Special Edition Chun-Li that has the alternate face. She has the peace sign. It's just, for me, Street Fighter 2 is super pivotal in my identity of video games for so many reasons. I remember when it first came to arcades, and I'm all like, this Blanca guy is insane, and then I would play it and always get my ass whooped. Not really. I'd have fun, and then the other versions would come out, Super Street Fighter 2, and I was like, man, they're making more. And then I remember when it came out on Super Nintendo, I remember renting it, and then I had it, and even up until recently, I had it in box. I mean, maybe I still have the box somewhere, but I know I sold all my action figures. Anyway, this is the stuff from Super Street Fighter 2 Ultra, so there was the additional characters. We got DJ, we got Cammy. Obviously, I gotta, show that off. That's part of Cammy. Yeah, they did a really good job with these figures. They're fantastic. Like, even head sculpt, how that looks, articulation. Like, it is insane how articulated these things are with that ab crunch. Look at that. And then going back, not that you ever need them to. I mean, depending on what move they're going to do. Leg articulation is insane. There we go. Oh, Robert, about getting hurt by a toy. Yeah, that's only Super 7 Godzilla's. In fact, funny story, I got the Super 7 Destroyer. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, I forget. And I was opening it up at my desk. My wife came over and wanted to take out one of the pieces because the Destroyer comes with like the little aliens that he is first in the movie. And it stabbed her and she was bleeding from the thumb just like me. So it's so crazy how both my wife and I stabbed ourselves by utilizing the Super 7 Godzillas. It's pretty crazy. It's crazy because the Super 7 Godzilla toys are made for adults, but they're more made as kids' toys. Let me grab the Destroyer. Look how beefy and badass this dude is. And you see there's all these spikes on the tail. In order to get the tail on, I had to use a blow dryer, heat it all up to pop it on. I had to use a blow dryer to get this head on, which is awesomely detailed. This thing is cool. Like, I feel like when it between Super 7 and SH Monster Arts, some things look better as Super 7. Like, for instance, this big old bad guy. But it's spiky and it hurts. And I forget where it's at. Maybe it was Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. It was on sale. These are normally $85. I think I got this for $60. I think it was, so it's nice to get them on sale. And then, yeah, all the articulation that it has. Yeah, this thing. Let me put it back. Yeah, so it's so crazy when it comes to the Super 7 Godzillas. I have the -1, the Mecha Godzilla 2, from Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla 2, Destroyer, Biollante, and Biollante Air 89 Godzilla. I want to get Burning Godzilla, but the one that with the smoke effects Super 7 makes. I want to get the Heat Ray Heisei Godzilla, and then Space God. There's still a few. There's not. It's not a whole lot. Where it's different with SH Monster Arts, because I would love to get each one of those, but they're just so expensive that it's like I'll slowly work on them. Maybe get them used. I know I'm moving from the mic. I'm gonna show this off real quick. This is a knockoff kit I got from AliExpress. This is supposed to be the Cuckoo's Doan's surface type Zaku, so I'm gonna build this later. I'm really curious on how it turns out. It's got the decals going on here. Really curious how, and they look good. They look good, so really curious to see how that turns. The box got destroyed. I mean, it took like, I think it took about a month to even get to me. But I only paid $11. But it would be interesting to see. $11. Is it worth buying, a off-brand? I mean, I can already tell the quality is not the same, but I wonder when I'm done detailing it, top coating, what is it gonna be like? All right. Let's get started. I'm surprised I bought this, because I do think the Master Grade SD Freedom looks cool, but when I saw that clear color one, I was like, you know what, I have to get it. It's Gundam based exclusive also. Okay, do I have enough lights? Give me a second. I've actually been doing some modifications to my setup. Part of it is to give me more light. So like, I feel like my videos are fine, but there's always little, I feel like little upgrades you can make. And one is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and is have a true 3-point lighting setup. I kind of fake it just because I have multiple light sources, but I'm not utilizing them as a professional would. Not that I have to, but I'm just into that stuff, so. Um, Something interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's get to work. What I need first is A's and G's and E's and C's, so the whole alphabet. Let's look at some of this stuff. Here's E. I love the feeling of this plastic. I don't know what it is. It could just be me. It seems like a nicer, more premium. I mean, it's different types, obviously, but this seems to be like high quality. Which, why wouldn't it be, right? It's Bandai. Um, I just remembered something, but I don't want to mention it on this stream yet. I have a surprise in the works. And I can't wait. It reminds me, because it has to do with building Gunpla. Alright. Scene C2. E. Man, this looks cool. I just love this transparent look. Okay. A. And then, G. It is G2. Okay, G2. All right. Actually, you know what? That reminds me. I'm going to get my thingy. Hold on. Interesting. I don't know where I put my build mat. All right. I'll have to look for that later. I've been doing a lot of organizing lately, so I think I misplaced it. Let's see. Autonomous, everyone is obligated to have either one freedom, one justice, or both. And you know what? Because of Zionic Shadow, I have a freedom and a justice. Hey, Robert, what was the one I sent you? Because that was a seed one I built early on, and I didn't know what it was. And then I sent it to you. And then Robert saying, I actually had a cool idea for a new storyline going to explain the Steampunk Mecha Evolution Chronicles. FYI, the N and E should be a combination of a letter called Ash. Okay. I mean, to be honest, it would be cool to have some sort of steampunk mecha, combining more of the Japanese style mech with steampunk. I mean, actually, that might exist. Isn't that kind of turn A? Okay. Let's get this started. A4 G227. Man, this is like a super premium plastic on here. I don't know how to explain it. And then G227. Yeah, that's okay. What's up? Oh, okay. Okay, there's that and that. A24, A25. Okay, guys, I dropped a tiny piece on the floor. Emergency, I need to be very slow and back away from the desk. Very slow. No dogs can. Oh, okay. I got a child here and a dog here. Oh, I found it. It's just in my lap.
Oh, nice.
Okay, we're good. That could be scary. Okay. Ale strike. I sent you an ale strike. Okay, cool. Hey, Spaded One McDysentery. Dysentery. I'm really bad about that. That's such a unique name, but I'll always know it's you. Glad you could join. Yeah, This is not normal for me, this type of build, but I'm really. When I was at the Gundam base and I saw it, I was like, you know what? I want to buy that. Okay, so I do put this on first, and hopefully I won't break anything. Either my thumb, a piece on here. Let's see. Interesting. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. I love this. And then and I was wanting to paint some like silver or chrome in the back, but this is already a silver. So that's really cool. Okay. 24. Nope. Maybe. Maybe. I hope that is actually going to stay. Pieces are small. I wonder how many pieces are going to be that small. I don't think I'm doing this right. Oh, okay, that one in, so this other one's got to go in. There we go. You know what? I might. Or maybe I just adjust myself. Let's see. There we go. Step one. What do you need? Oh, okay. Um. Okay. So E8 C227. So, what's everyone been up to today? It's getting closer to um, Christmas, and my wife and I went to the town square of this local, really close city. It's really nice, and I like going there. But I was so tired this morning, and the problem was, so went to the grocery store yesterday because I kind of wanted to get out, but also my wife needed some nose strips, to make it easier to breathe. And while I was there, I got, I'm trying to eat healthier, but I still want a snack, so I got these almond butter pretzels. And I hadn't ate much that day because I was busy with work and all that. I ended up eating the entire thing, and I think it affected, food affects me. So I woke up feeling just bogged down because I think my body was trying to digest all that. And so I was a little tired this morning, but we made up for it because we went downtown and I got some Japanese food. So good. So good. Let's see. I'd love to see an Iron Giant kit somehow. It seems like something that should already exist. Yeah, that does seem like something that should exist. You know what? Ultronomus is usually the type to know if that exists. So, let's see. Kid Blue, that might... Yeah, was that my son? I know my wife came by too. Oh, you're putting lights up on the Christmas tree? That's cool. That's cool, isn't it? And I feel... Oh, wait, where is this? Before I keep talking too much. Wait. 2-7. Okay. I feel fortunate. I think just growing up, always having fun Christmas time with my parents. Either, you know, there was always like a Christmas party or something going on. We'd go to someone else's house, or people would come over. We'd always exchange gifts with people, and yeah, it's starting to make me think. Like, I remember my first X-Men action figure was actually a neighbor just giving me an action figure, and it was the Cyclops. I think it's before Jim Lee, where it was the blue, and he had the yellow and blue, no white, but it had the back where you could press the button to light up. I think that was my first X-Men figure, and that got me more into X-Men. Yeah, before the cartoon, I think. But anyway, it's always good times. And I know not everyone gets the opportunity, and sometimes I feel bad, but, one thing I will say, my kids are less material, and maybe that's not the word. I was really into toys. My kids are not into toys and haven't really been into toys. So it is a very different experience getting things for them. Because it's not like me. It's not like, oh, Star Wars toys, Gundams, Godzilla, no, you know. Okay, it's like, if I'm gonna go all in on pushing this in, I gotta do it right. Is that supposed to stick out a little bit? Yeah. I'm liking the way this is looking because it's very shiny. All right. I won. Is that the game? What is it? No, no, you don't have to. No, what does it do? Oh, so you put your hand in. You want to do it on stream? I have to. Wife got this game that's like a snake, and then everyone goes to try to grab something, and then at random, and I guess maybe the snake will bite you. Okay. Yeah, and with these types of streams, I always try to remind the family, like, I don't care about the background noise as much because the podcast is a little different, or when I'm recording a video, but we're just chilling. So, oh yeah, let's look at this real quick. Oh, Zeonic Shadow, good to see you, man. You've been playing Marvel Rivals. It's my new high besides being sick. Oh dang, you got sick? Or still? Cause yeah, weren't you? Let's see. Alternative COG comics and cartoon got me into it. Team Cyclops for life. Yeah, I feel like if they do a new X-Men movie, they have to make Cyclops like the main character, or like the leader type. My steampunk mech evolution idea takes place in a Victorian-esque time period with a girl who discovers a secret temporal portal to a sci-fi era world and brings knowledge back with her. Oh, that's cool. To be fair, the quality of mainstream toys has dropped hard. You know what? I think on one hand it has, on the other hand, these cheap Sonic 3 action figures are better than they need to be. Ball joint head, fully articulated ball joint and hinge, shoulders, I mean, like fingers, ab. I mean, it does articulation better than Marvel Legends. This is pretty insane. That's why I keep it here with me. Oh, you got a cold? Dang, that's too bad. You sounded good on this show Thursday, so glad that it wasn't affecting you then. I love the original cartoon, but hate how it and the movie just made Cyclops so lame to the plug when he's so sick. Love that 97 at least brought back his awesomeness. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I remember too when I was at a comic book store and I saw the action figure of the Jim Lee Cyclops, and I had to buy it immediately. I was like, that thing is so amazing looking. I mean, because that design at that time was like the best like superhero dudes can look. Yeah. So what's this E7 and A8? Oh, how many rounds have you gone? Okay. What are we doing here? So this, it's like I'm building a perfect grade head. Maybe master grade. Okay, come on, let's get on and not break. I mean, I think that's on. It seems like there's space. I don't want to break it. Cool. Yeah, sorry, yesterday afternoon had to cancel my meetup with the guy. Oh, dang. Yeah, weren't you gonna do that for your birthday? I hope you had a good birthday regardless, or maybe you can, yeah, postpone the festivities. Let's see. A14 and A15. So I've been, you guys know I've been really getting into Godzilla a lot lately, watching movies I missed out on. And what's been fun is because the other part of it is I'm really into filmmaking, so I love like how they make these movies because they're low budget, but they're trying to give off like something huge, disaster, all that. And in the United States, the Hollywood American movies have so much CGI that does that, and that's cool. But I just love the filmmaking aspect. Anyway, I found this channel, and I'll have to. I wanna share what the name of the channel is. Let me find it. Anyway, he's been doing the history of and the different yeah, Big Action Bill. If you guys search Big Action Bill, he does the history of and he does the Godzilla movies. Anyway, watching that has been so fun for me that I decided that I'm gonna start doing that with Gundam. And I know some people have already done that out there, but it's like coming at it from someone that's interested in the making of, more than the. Not that I like it more than the story, just I'm just really into the making of stuff, like the production behind the scenes, the creators, like what they were influenced by. So I've already been working on the script for the original Gundam, and I'm including stuff like what was popular anime at that time, the late 70s. What was Tomino working on, and then what led to. And I know a lot of us know it, but I think it would be fun to have just a cool little refresher. I love the way this looks. Hey, Taco and Yoshi, good to see you. Oh, King Dylan is in the chat also. Oh, you got the kit too. That's cool. Yeah, this just looks cool. I think the standard one actually looks really cool, but when I saw the clear, I was like, you know what? I got to try that one out, and it might make me buy the other version. Okay, D2. All right, now I got to go fishing for runners. H's, B's, D1, D2. 19 and 20. Okay, neat that these are like a silver, plasticky silver. And I'm just thinking, do I paint them or do I just put them on? Oops. Okay, there we go. Snaps in. Looks good, actually. Yeah, if I painted that silver, it'd be too contrasty. Let's see. Oh, you're saying it was a surprisingly, let's see, it was surprisingly complex and fun to build. Okay. I would love to see a documentary on a Gundam being chosen to be a Gunpla and how they tackle it from start to finish. That's a good one. That is a good one. Yeah, even going through who they choose as the artist to then create the sculpt and stuff. Yeah, definitely. Oh, you love the Master Grade SD kit's my current favorite grade, and I have. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool to hear the love for these. I got the kids watching Dragon Ball this Saturday afternoon, hoping to work on my Granddaddy 2.0. Nice. I recommend Action Base 7 for the. Oh, let me look that up. Dog heard someone. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. That I like that form factor. And I have those like stage act ones that I don't know if they're numbered or anything, and I have like a ton of those, and they're kind of universal. Okay, good part here. A16, A13, A3. That, what was that other one? Okay. So, all right, we're getting there with the head. That. Okay, so this. Oh. Oh, is that right? Oops. It's okay. The dogs are about to go for a walk, so they're excited. Okay, C2. All right. Back to chat real quick. Zach Chat, I'm going to build the HG Striker GNX after dinner. Nice. Yeah, I like the custom you were working on that you were sharing. They have a head that will swivel side to side on those number 7 bases. Oh, interesting. Though I screwed up building the first one. You know what? They're just um I do that all the time. Like especially when it's something new and I'm building it. Yeah, it's like that with Gunpla. I use his action figure bases for it mainly because I have a ton of them and Freedom I'd back heavy. For those who know League of Legends lore, why is Teemo the best? Oh, I don't know League of Legends. Perfect Grade Exia had its final live stream yesterday. Only one is left, and today is a one-day build of high grade Momoko Pool. Wanted something easy. Oh yeah, what time are you streaming? Is it? Yeah, post in the chat. Yeah, feel free to put the link to your channel too, just in case no one knows. Um, yeah, what is that action? The one there's this one action base. So I used to always buy. Okay, yeah, I'll tell you guys. I used to always buy the Act 5. I like the Act 5. It's good for like Gunpla and Robot Spirits. And then I started buying the Stage Act because it did things a little different where you could almost put the strength of the base in a smaller contained area and still have a thing stick up and it yeah, so if you search Stage Act, and I have a ton of those. It's just they're good for both high grades and robot spirits. So all right, let's finish this part because I feel like I feel like it's real when the head is built. I'll put in Discord because I am not a mod. So okay. Oh, that's right, the link stuff. Yeah. Um. Oh, 7 p.m. Central. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be done well before then, so I might try to stop by. All right. Just put Okay, I don't know if I did this right. Okay, because this looks great. This looks great. The only thing is, it's almost like I was supposed to push it in more up there. I think so. Let me pull this off and just double check on that. When I was pushing it in, it wasn't, gosh. I do not want to break something. Okay, yeah, that looks like something didn't evenly go in. Oh, let's see. But that doesn't make sense because the outer plates are fitting on fine. Unless that's just really how it is. Does anyone know? Should there be this gap at the top? Everything else is fitting on fine. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's supposed to be a gap there. Oh, unless there's another piece I'm putting on top. That's what it is. That's what it. Yeah, it's next in the instructions. All right. You never know. Always need to check because I'll get far in a build and then be like, "Yeah, I missed that, didn't I?" D21, A26. Yeah, I remember even with the Gundam EX, I built the whole thing, then forgot the side armor on the waist. That was so weird. But it just looked accurate because it's all skeletal. Okay. Let me think. A26. It was A, right? Yeah, I love the plastic. I don't know if it's because it's clear, but it feels like it's a completely different plastic. It just could be me, and, you know, it's not accurate. But and then D21. I totally forgot what. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I love the Action Base 8. Oh, no name, please. Good to see you. The build so far is fun. I'm loving the way this looks. I've never really bought a clear type or clear color Gunpla, but it's pretty cool. And it was because I saw it in person at the Gundam base, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, Action Base 8 also looks cool. Man, there's so many different ones. I should buy one of each and pair them in a video. Thank you. I am going to do that. Okay. Actually, I need to set a reminder. If I don't remind myself to do that, I will never do it. So I'm gonna put this link right here. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, let's put this on. Yeah, that little gap is filled in by this. Let me get some of the nubbage. There, yeah, that. Okay, so that fixed it. That was the thing. Just the outer armor on there. Love it. That looks so cool. I recently got the Double Zeta Trion from Build Fighters. I'm super excited to build it. Yeah, that thing is cool. Um, did you build the? No, I haven't built any other. For me, I'm not into SD at all. Not into SD, but I will admit, these Master Grade SDs look cool because to me they look like action figures, like premium action figures. And then when I was at the Gundam base and they had it built in person on a shelf, and I looked at it, I was like, I want that. So Action Base 7. Let me look that up. Ah, okay. So it's like another type like that. Okay, interesting. Yeah, let me grab that. Um, all right. So chest unit. Let's see, we got some E's going on. Um, 14, 15, 16, 17. Is there two of that or just one? All right, so let's pop all these together. Like this. Got that. Okay. What is this? Yeah. This is like this. Goes right, yeah, up in there. Yeah. What do we have here? H and A. A again. So H. And 18. Two. Alright, we got this. And then the A17. Talking Yoshi tomorrow is Gunpla organizing and getting rid of as many boxes as possible. Ordered 24 6-inch Ziplocs to hold my Yeah, you know what? I use a 3-ring binder that's made for play bills that would be from a play, and I was able to fit the Star Wars card backs vintage collection in them. For the I've kept all my boxes where I do the thing where I just take the artwork and I just, you know, rip the corners, pull apart the corners to keep it flat, and then throw away the bottom part. I got to do more of that because when we were organizing stuff for the Christmas decorations, getting them down from the attic, I was like, man, I've got so many that I need to clean. You know, that would be cool. What if because I'm trying to do, like, it's kind of a neat thing that everyone goes through. It's like, what if I set up my camera in the garage and live streamed going through all my boxes? That might be fun. Okay, I want to get this on right. So this. That side, so this should. Yes. Just one little like piece of plastic keeping me from getting this. There we go. That and then the bottom part. Is that it? All right. Oh yeah, that's cool. Wall cover. Oh, you're gonna dive into airbrushing. Very cool. You know what? Yeah. After there's some videos, especially from last year when I was doing airbrushing, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes maybe it's a thing where some people enjoy the act of airbrushing. I don't enjoy it, but sometimes it gives me the better outcome. But I've realized I don't need to airbrush for everything. I was doing that before, where I was like, well, I just need to airbrush everything that I need to do, and I realized, oh no, I don't need to. But one thing that's crazy about airbrushing is it is so much cheaper to top coat by airbrushing because you can almost create your own top coat by getting it, thinning it, using solvents or whatever to get the right consistency, and then you can just have a whole lot of it, and it's way cheaper than just buying cans of it. Because I'm all about the top coat. This I don't think I would top coat unless I do a gloss top coat. I'll have to look into that. I don't know what to expect from the clear parts. Okay, I'm like talking so much. I'm not even okay. All right. I hate this chair. This chair moves on its own. I bought it. It's been about 3 or 4 years now. It's the Secret Lab Titan chair. It's like, oh, this is the good chair to get. I don't think so. Though I think it still costs something to get a good chair anyway. I will say this is a comfortable chair. It's a premium comfortable chair, but it has an issue that when I was researching online, a lot of people have that issue, and you can adjust it and stuff. And I've tried, and then I give up. Okay, so we've got this. Let's do this right. So this goes here. Same on both sides. It looks like it is. Anyone playing the new Indiana Jones game? It's actually pretty cool, but it's not compelling enough for me to go back to, but I feel like I would like to beat it. I almost feel like maybe because my wife sometimes like games like that. Maybe I play more with her watching me. I'll always remember she watched me play through The Last of Us. And when it got to the end, both her and I was like, "What? It's going to end like that?" And because I'm a gamer first, mechanically it felt like I was the game ended for me, right? Because it's not like sure it had this narrative. Okay, 6 goes here, and that's what it's about. But because I play games for the mechanics, it it it's almost like what modern TV shows do, where they just become soap operas, so there's not any real payoff. Yeah, there's sometimes where I'll start watching a show that looks cool, and then I realize, wait a minute, they're just doing character drama, and not like story. Everything does have character drama too, but Gundam's a good example of its character drama, but within this world they're reacting to that's wild and crazy. There's this Netflix show I started watching with my wife called Brother's Son or something like that. It has Michelle Yeoh, huge fan of Michelle Yeoh. It's on Netflix. I was like, okay, this is probably gonna have martial arts and stuff in it, and it does. But it's kind of few and far between, and the show is really about the character drama to the point to where a character will act a certain way, and then the show will disregard that for the sake of new drama to have. And it's like, well, what about this world they're in where, it's almost disregarding the world they are in order to have character drama. I think that's the biggest reason why I have trouble watching shows sometimes, or like TV series. And I think that's why The Wire worked. Okay, what am I doing? No, that's why The Wire worked, because you would get to season 2 of The Wire and be like, wait a minute. This isn't what season 1 was. Yeah, because they're introducing you another facet of that world. That then these characters are going to react to. And then it carries over to the next season. But I think there's that sort of juggling. Okay, we need to make enough episodes to keep people wanting to watch this streaming service. Like, I mean, is that why movies are sometimes so long and they don't need to be that long? Like even Gladiator 2, I thought was good. It was an hour and a no, it was 2.5 hours. It did need to be 2.5 hours. It was good, but there was just things that I didn't. It didn't need. Okay, what is this? A2 and A1. Hey, Inferno 25. Thanks. I am enjoying this build. This is new for me to do like SD. I may have done SD, but master grade SD. It's not my thing. And I think that's why I've been enjoying watching these Godzilla movies, because the Godzilla movies are world first, but then like as they were going, they're like, well, we have to have an interesting character development going on to some characters, and they do it just enough, you know. I don't know. It's interesting because it's like I can see that yeah, these movies are not good. It's hard to explain. It's weird. It's like, you know, watching Requiem for Vengeance, you know, with the CGI people. It's like, yeah, that's not good, but I can get over it. Godzilla, yeah, it's poor special effects. Sometimes the acting's a little iffy, but I can get over it. And it's Japanese actors, so to be honest, do I even know? And I think maybe that's what it is. It's because it's people acting in Japanese or dubs that you can't really one-to-one get what they're saying unless you're fluent or understand how they are acting out, you know. But it's like I feel like I've gotten to a point in my life where I reserve judgment all the time. It's like I don't need to waste my time and my energy judging something. Just enjoy it for what it is, and that makes me easily go, oh well, that's not for me, you know, and I'll just move on. Yo, Santo Bell, good to see you. Oh, I watched Godzilla X Kong New Empire last night, Zion Shadow. That's cool. It's funny. We watched it for the first time a few weeks ago, a month ago. I think it was right before Godzilla Minus One was in the theater or something, or right after that, or for the 70th. And my wife and youngest liked it. They even watched it again. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, Sunday morning for you, Santo, huh? Yeah, you know, this is my, you know, first time doing a SD Master Grade. Again, I saw it in person uh, at the Gundam base, and I was like, actually, that looks way cooler than I thought. Okay, now I gotta find. I just wanted to see Godzilla and Kong kick ass, but to see Mothra was cool. Yeah, that's the thing with those. You know, I loved the first American Godzilla movie, not the '98 one. Although, long story, saw that in the theater with my dad. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it never really did anything for me. But anyway, the 2014 Gareth Edwards one, I think, is excellent. And Gareth Edwards does a good job of balancing what the like not showing too much, but still showing enough, make it look like a disaster. I just think Gareth Edwards sometimes can't fully make a pivotal character moment. Rogue One was like that. Creator was like that. But I don't want to complain about that because I don't think that's his strong suit. Hopefully with Jurassic Park, he has some help with that. But I thought the other American MonsterVerse Godzilla movies, they're just like, I don't know. I think because they play him seriously and use a lot of CGI, it kind of takes away from what I think Japanese Godzilla gets away with, and that's, although actually Godzilla Minus One, in my opinion, is better, and Shin is better than any of those recent American ones. Yeah, because I think There's like this tone. I guess that's what it is. It's tone, production. I don't know. All right, got that. Then 22, 23, and 30. Cool. I'm really liking how this is looking. Oh, Santo Bell, the playtest. Yeah, I played it a little bit and I liked what was going on. If it's a free thing and you get access to like, I mean, if it's to me it seems like a hangout thing. Like I feel like what I would be doing is this streaming, but the metaverse, and then you guys were all just in it, just hanging out. I feel like that is what it's going to turn into, and it just there was some problems. It wasn't running well, a lot of different things, but I like the direction they're going. Santo Bill Godzilla -1 was S tier, exactly, 100%. King of the Monsters is still sick to me. Yeah, Ultronimus, that's the one that I own on 4K. I remember when it came out. I forgot, did I see it in the theater first, but I was like, dang, I need to get the 4K disc. I get discs of things that I really like. Ultronimus tone is important. Godzilla works great when he's treated like a good and proper force of nature you just have to endure or escape from. Yeah. Yeah, that is a good point. And I think, oh, yeah, Sam Tubell talked about the Monarch TV show. I need to watch that. It was clunky and buggy. Yeah, sure was the metaverse. But yeah, I need to watch. I keep forgetting to watch the Monarch TV show. That's the only thing I haven't watched yet. That's why I like. What's it called? GMK. The 2001 Godzilla where he had the white eyes, because they did it the same way, except he was along the way. He would purposely kill, or it was just more of, I don't know how to explain it. And they explain it in this behind the scenes because he's a vengeful spirit, that Godzilla. And yeah, it was cool because it was almost like that Godzilla was almost like a slasher film, because it was like people, how they're getting, like Final Destination, how they would be getting killed by Godzilla along the way. And normally that's not a focus. Normally they don't focus on people dying. If they do, it's usually like a pivotal character or something near the end. Okay, I got to get these Fs. Okay, good. It's right here. Okay, 345, 345. Okay. Separate. So there we go. Oh, Ian Hansen, good to see you. Glad you joined in. How's your place? Uh, I I think that's so awesome. I feel happy for you where you've moved and everything. Godzilla, is that what they call that one? I love that. That's the one time he's very clearly just there to kill people, not just you're in my way. He was actively out for you. Yeah, and how he just takes out the other monsters. Like it's like, yeah, that was. If they expand on that idea, I'd love that. I love the '90s Mechagodzilla movies. Yeah, I love the '90s Godzilla movies, like that whole Heisei era, and I'd never watched them before. I'd watched the old ones and I'd seen the 2000 movies, but I never saw the '90s movies. Oh yeah, the Kiryu trilogy. I guess that's yeah the 2000s ones. That's really good. The Netflix CGI Godzilla movies were weird. Yeah, so I'm finishing the Singularity Point or whatever it's called. A little weird. I do appreciate, because this isn't done a lot, I do appreciate the science that they are diving into. Like the light refraction time travel sort of thing they're doing. I just came up with Godzilla myself. Oh, that's cool, but that's kind of what it is, right? Because he's a vengeful spirit of all that have died from the war. Hey, thanks for asking, Adam. So far, so good. It's beautiful down there. Yeah, man. I think you. What aren't you? Isn't San Diego in that area supposed to be like the nicest in the country in terms of weather? I try not to think about Monster Planet films. I'm so mad the novel covered literally everything we wanted from that trilogy, but never got it. Oh, so the Godzilla, is that the one you're talking about? That on. So I know on Netflix they have the 3-part like Godzilla Planet or whatever. And I watched a long time ago when it first came out. That was a long time ago. When it first came out, I watched the first one half the second, and I liked it. I just didn't finish it. Oh, I took the dog to the groomer. That's nice. And then the novels never came to the U.S. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let me get back to what this was about. It was this with this. So same thing with this. Don't want to do it wrong because I do that a lot. Okay, so this. So is this? Oh, okay. Okay. Plugs in there. Dude, this is a solid build, and like all the detail on all the mechanical parts. Like, look, my fingers like all destroyed from pushing these things in. But I mean, this is looking so good. Like the plastic, the different types of plastic. All right, and then G 21, 24, 25. G2. Gotta remember G2. He's fell, but it's big enough. I don't need to freak out. Okay, 24 goes that side. That fits in nicely. All right. 25. Look at that. Okay, G2 29. Garmus, the three-part had a prequel novel that covered the intro prologue of all the monsters fighting on Earth. Literally everyone was there. Zilla, Jet, Jaguar, Dagara, who was a Mothra exclusive until then. Wow, interesting. We had 41 Celsius on Friday, then 26 and rain yesterday. The sky can't make up its mind. Yeah, it's like that. Like, it's in the 70s today in Texas. And, like, we've had low 30s. So, it's nuts here. Okay. Let me get that other piece. I think it's over here. That slides in, huh? That's interesting. All right. Okay. Um, yeah. All right, so let's zoom in just a little bit to see. That's what we got going on so far. I really like this. I like just the colors. The plastic, the way it looks. Like, I almost don't want to top coat this, but again, I'm gonna do research and see what people have done with maybe some gloss top coats on this, but it might just be cool as is. You know, like I said, when I saw it, that's the thing. I should have thought about that. So, and maybe I have it in my footage. When I was at the Gundam base, the kits that they had built typically had a top coat on them. I saw matte, gloss, there was a mix, but I didn't see with this. So it could have just been it didn't, or it had a gloss because it was really shiny. So I'm gonna take a break for now of building, but I want to show some other stuff real quick. So I forgot if I showed this, but here's the SH Monster Arts 2002 Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Yeah, I got it because it was, well, yeah, it was cheap. It was Black Friday. It's one that's not really available anymore, but Godzilla.com had like a warehouse find Black Friday deal. So I got this for under 100 because they normally cost more than that. I will say it's insane how articulated the tails are. Crazy. Although the end here, you almost have to play with it to, because you see how it has it's curving here, but then it's straight. So it's like you gotta like try to fix it so it doesn't look like that. Otherwise, I don't know. That's just a little. But I love the spikes. Okay, so this isn't my favorite Godzilla design. This was just the cheapest SH Monster Arts. But I love how to do the spikes here. Now, one of my favorites, I think it's in my top 3, is from 2000. Godzilla 2000 that came out in 1999. This is just the vinyl. So there's something new about Godzilla, you know, I didn't know as I'm getting more into it. They do these things called movie monster series where they're just vinyl. So this is like just a, you know, rubber, plastic, not rubber, but a plastic, but it feels all mushy and stuff. But they are highly detailed. Like, the detail on this is really well done. The paint is really well done. And, you know, the SH Monsters of this is like $200, so I'm not getting it anytime soon. So I was like, well, I'll get the $20 movie monster series. But what's really cool about that is I'm a fan of the -1 design, and on Godzilla.com they had an exclusive Godzilla the Ride, which is before Godzilla -1. They made this design, and then they made a movie monster series vinyl of it, so you can see how it looks just like -1. Huge tail there, so it's kind of hard to get. Yeah, there we go. I mean, this is a vinyl. Again, I mean, it has articulation, barely any, but it, you know, it's not like they need a lot. But this looks so good for a vinyl. And I just like the idea that this was before Godzilla -1. This is the design they were going for, which I think it pulls from Heisei 2000. The eyes on this are white. I don't know if that is how it is in the Godzilla the Rider just for this, but that also pulls from 2001. So the detail on this is fantastic. Huge tail. So, hey Rogue, what's up, man? Yeah, I was working on this clear color master grade SD. I'm for the most part done now, but just thought I would talk for a little bit on here. Zionic Shadow, it's 34 here in NYC, dropping down to 24 tonight. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wonder when that freeze is going to be here in Texas. You never know. Sometimes we get that stuff during the holidays. Sometimes it gets up until March. I'll always remember it was like 2003, March of 2003. My truck was stuck in a parking lot because of ice, and I had an interview to get to for this private security job that I worked for 6 years. And, oh, I got to get back to that 6-year story. Hold on. And then my friend had a 4-wheeler Jeep, and I asked, hey, man, can you help me get to work? Or to this interview, and he was driving me, and we had to go on this bridge, the highway. I don't know if you guys, I don't know how it's like everywhere. I haven't seen them like in Texas, but Texas has these super high bridge highways where there's like one over another, and they get pretty high, and it is kind of scary in my opinion. Yeah, it is. Like, I really don't want to drive on them. Anyway, it was icy. This sports car goes flying past us. We're in the Jeep. And the way the guy did it and got in front of us, all the ice and stuff came up, and then the Jeep started twisting, and I forgot what happened, if we spun around or something, but we're on that bridge of the highway. We were scared like crap, and but he ended up getting me to work. Really good friend. I don't talk to him enough anymore, but he was a really good friend, middle school, high school, and his name was Adam. How weird is that? And then, yeah, the 6-year thing. So January 1st of 2025 will be 6 years at the current job I have. And I'm just super proud of that, because the last job that I had the longest was 6 years. And I gotta say, or maybe it was right under 6 years. Okay. Maybe it was over 6 years. Yeah, I think it was a little over 6 years. I'll have to do the math later. But anyway, it's just after that, I try to be consistent and loyal with jobs, although I've learned sometimes moving around does help with raises and stuff. But it was tough after that security job, and then trying to find another job. But it was hard to be stable. My skill set was completely different. It's almost like I had to redo my skill set. But yeah, this current job, yeah, January 1st, I'll hit 6 years. I'm really proud. I love my job. I like it. Like, there is a comfort in, not that it's easy, but the people I work with are really cool, and I'm always learning new stuff, not just the skill set required to do the work, but how to talk in a professional setting, how to learn, a lot of it, and I think a lot of it is translating over to when I'm doing videos and making content. I think making my videos for the channel and working my full-time job, they both help each other out. It's really cool. It's almost like I'm in a college, Takunoshi, I had 10 years with TSA Milwaukee before I got medically retired. Wow. Okay, so 10 years, that's a long time. That's awesome. Medically retired, interesting. You don't have to go into details, but that's pretty interesting. So does that mean you get benefits so you don't have to necessarily work in a situation that affects you negatively, which that's really good. Santo Bell, well done on the 6 year mark. Just started on my seventh where I am. Yeah, that's really cool, Santo. And you don't have to say in chat, or you can message me later. But do you like sell hobby stuff? Isn't that part of your gig or something? Or I think it's more than that. I don't know. Rogue New Type. I've been at my current job for 11 years. Hello, it's a pension job, so I stayed because it's no nonsense. I can schedule how my day goes with no management bothering me bad. The money is good. Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, the pension thing is a big deal. I didn't realize it because another, little bonus that security job reached out to me with. They're like, "Hey, you have this pension," and it's like, "Wow, okay." And I was so young at the time, I didn't know that was one of the benefits. I didn't care, but obviously I haven't been there, so it hasn't been accruing. So it's not like it's really anything substantial. But I now get it where like if you can get a pension and hold on to it, that's actually pretty good in the future. Ian Hansen, the longest job I had was 4 years. I was reflecting on wanting to stay a long time in a job, and now that I am with the government, I am planning on staying for the long haul. That's cool. Yeah, and it's hard sometimes when you're at a job and you want to leave. So it's very interesting. There have been times where, and I felt really down about myself. There were a couple jobs in a row or three that I got fired. Now, it was the type of fired where I was able to collect unemployment income because it wasn't anything. I didn't get fired for doing anything against the job. Like the first one was I was working for a file storage company doing their tech support and social media, and I on Google Plus there was this thing like if you shared this link you would get 8 GB for another storage account. So I did that. And the marketing manager just didn't like me too much, so she said I should be fired for that. And then later, the CEO, the main guy, not the person that fired me, like reached out to give me the job back. So that was cool. And then the other one after that was, this is when I started really getting into digital marketing, and it was very interesting. It was all remote, and then the guy that I was really cool friends with this guy. And he lived in Houston, but then he met up with me at my place, and, we were just, working and chatting, and it was a lot of fun. But, with that comes a lot of talking, talking about a lot of stuff that goes on. And then the next day, I think it was next day, I get an email from my boss or something saying, like, I've never been good at the job. Something like, and I'm like, what is this? And then the dude, that was my friend, he wasn't talking to me. And I'm like, okay, is it one of those moments where, sometimes you know how it is, and I do this on podcasts, where you start talking and then you just start saying a lot, and sometimes you maybe over-exaggerate. And so, something must have happened or been said because then what happened was when she emailed me that, saying that, like, I've never really been good at my job or whatever, I didn't reply because nothing in that email said anything, was not saying anything. And I was like, so I was working the rest of the week. And then that Friday, she says I'm fired. And so I'm like, interesting. So then I called to collect unemployment. And what was interesting is they're like, oh, we have to investigate to make sure and they're like, yeah, you're eligible. They didn't have a reason. It's like, oh, drama was the reason. And I even said that on, I was like, must be some drama that was going on in the background I don't know about. Yeah, it's interesting to reflect on that. And then let me, sounds like you got laid off. Yeah, it would be like getting laid off, technically, but they were firing me. They were saying, I'm being let go because of blah, blah, blah. It would be an excuse or a reason, but nothing to do with the company needing to make money back or something. Young Shadow, I'm going for a union job next year. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not familiar with how all that works. Takuniyoshi, I earn a small amount, like 3 or 4K a year. I stay way under that because I don't want to lose the great health insurance. Oh, yeah. Oh, Santubel, on the side, the kids and families sell collectibles. Oh, okay, not as much anymore. It was a way of buffing our income during the pandemic. That's right, because I would always see things related to that, and I wasn't too sure about that. Yeah, and office politics. So yeah, and then let's see, there was that job. Okay, and then this was another one. So crazy. So, and I'm like a goody goody. So like, I had signed a non-compete when I went with that digital marketing company. So when I got fired, I was like, I don't know, where to go because I signed a non-compete. And so I like emailed and said, hey, I found this other digital marketing job. Is it okay if I work there? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I worked there, and it was so small where my boss was the owner of the company, and then his sister was on staff. It was so small, and it was pretty cool. But they had a spray and pray. That's how I say it. Like mentality. It was like that with the other one too. It was like that with a lot of social media marketing jobs back then, where it was like, just post on social media. Just post, make up something, just post anything for any day. And it was getting on me because I was like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything substantial. So I started looking for another job. And it was just so random that the boss pulled me into the office one day and he's all like, hey, you looking for another job? And I'm like, well, I keep my options open. He's like, well, I need to know that you're 100% committed or something. He's like, I'll have to talk to the board about this. And I'm like, okay. And it's not like there was a board. And then I think it was the end of that Monday after work, because this was like the next week. At the end of the day, he's like, hey, we're going to let you go. He's like, but I can keep you on as a contractor so you can do some work and get paid. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, if you have some work for me, because I have to try to find a job to make money. So then I go to get unemployment, and I guess I couldn't because I'm on as a contractor. And I'm like, wait, no. I'm not going to be on as a contractor. That it sounds like you're just trying to get out of pay me unemployment. So the whole thing was fishy from the start. And then that's when, again, this was all digital marketing work. And then because I had done IT for a little bit, I had a vendor with Microsoft reach out to me to like, hey, do you want to help people with, M365 Office stuff? And I saw the pay, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's just like what I was getting with the digital marketing. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. And then that's what put me on this trajectory of doing, the Microsoft stuff, learning about the security and all that. But it's been crazy, like, especially now knowing what it was like having jobs before where it was like a less of a mature environment where leadership wasn't exactly... nothing on them. They were all very young too when I was doing this. But there wasn't good leadership structure, and it just caused drama. So, yeah, Taco Yoshi, I do some video game flipping, winning an auction or a used store underpricing, then take to used game store or online store that gives very good rates. Oh, that's pretty cool. Ian Hansen, I'm unlocking my SZJL Nightmare. Oh, Zack Snyder, Justice League. Nightmare Batman and Black Suit, Superman Hot Toys. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Sonic Shadow, my job is a joke, LOL, but as long as they pay me good, I don't care. Yeah, I think there's a couple things, like, when it comes to your job. It's like, one, getting paid well. I think respect is another thing. And at least learning something. Sometimes I'm like, well, what am I doing this, Microsoft IT consulting, security, AI, how is that related to what I like? And I'm like, you know what? Well, for me, it helps me. I feel like having a job like I do teaches me, again, how to work in a professional environment, how to speak with people. I'm constantly learning new technologies, in fact, that then I can use at home. I've learned a lot about networking through the years. And that's helped me when I'm at home and I want to do special things like, create a static IP for like a media server and, the port crap. I'm still bad at it, but again, I learn from it. And it's a good excuse to spend not a few hours a day, like most of my day, talking with other people, doing research about things. It's like college for me, Let's see. Sandra Bell, IT hardware specialist myself. Okay, cool. That's very cool. And Takanoshi, finding ways to enjoy your job is huge. Yeah, it is. And I think as long as...
I'm glad you found it cool.
My phone just said, glad you found it cool. That was weird. But yeah, it's... Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I always think like, okay, well, what if I had enough money where I didn't have to work? Maybe I would be a mess of a person just because of my tendencies. Anyway, I don't know. Like spending money on things like, yeah, with the amount of money, that comes in and I'm paying bills and I like to, wife really helps with a lot of that, but it's like budgeting the money to spend on things. And I'm sometimes kind of bad at, maybe I spent a little too much on myself. Not that it means the family's not getting provided for, but it's like, what if I could be saving more myself right now? Or sometimes I'll look at something and be like, why did I buy all this stuff that I'm actually not using? I just thought it was cool and I bought it. Yeah, that's why it's like, yeah, if I had a lot of money, no, you know what? If I had a ton of money, I would be making movies. I would be, because it looks like to really make a cool movie that I want to make, it's like you have to use the Hollywood system because you have to have a lot of money and all that stuff. And yeah, I would be, making movies. Takanoshi, I'm horrible with spending. Yeah, right there. Rogue New Type, Adam, quick change of subject. Were you planning on getting the Robot Spirits Big Zam? It's sold out now on P-Band. I was going to get for myself. Oh. You know what? I'm glad you told me it was sold out. I was even thinking about it today. I'm like, you know what? I haven't pulled the trigger. I don't know if I want to spend $500. Oh, this is blinking. And so I didn't. Knowing it's sold out, I think I feel a little better. It's so cool, but like I'd almost, if there would be two things I could play with right now, and that would either be, or three, because and I talked about this on the stream before. It's that Big Zam, the Chogokin Gundam EX, and the Metal Build Zeta. I'd almost rather have the Gundam EX and Metal Build Zeta. I like the Big Zam, but it's not so pivotal for me to like be posing and moving around and doing things. So I don't know. Good point though. I wonder if there will ever be a restock. I bet you there will be. I bet you there will be, but it might not be right away. Ian Hansen, I was just talking to Rogue about this yesterday. I didn't wind up pulling the trigger either. Yeah, it's interesting because it's an awesome piece, but just a little too much for me to, like, if I get it and set it up and I look at it while I look at my savings account, I would be like, oh, check my phone. Oh, that's nice. You know what? After getting the Batman hot toy, I don't know about any other hot toys. I loved that Sono Studios Wolverine I got, but I don't know. We'd have to wait. It's interesting. I was seeing if there was a comparable size of a Godzilla, and Mezco has one, and it's on sale at Big Bad Toy Store for like $3 something. It's a giant Godzilla, but I was like, again, spending that much money. Like sometimes I would spend, I don't know. The most I spent on something actually was nearly $300 for the Robot Spirits Kshatriya, which is, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Let me go this way. Right here. Why am I so bad with the reflection of the camera? Anyway, yeah, Robot Spirits Kshatriya. I have the Arlent Custom, the Earth Federation one. Stark Jagan, Unicorn. I think those are like badass mobile suits. Rogue New Type. Good thing is this shows Bandai customers want mobile armors. Yeah. Okay. So glad you brought that up because that I do think it sold out faster than they had the window open for, right? Because wasn't it where it was just going to be until it sold out or something? And I think that's a very quick time frame for people to be like, okay, I need to come up with $500 because that's the thing. Who would buy it right away? I wish I wish they announced that pre-orders would open on a certain date, but I think that is their test here. They're like, okay, here's the Big Zam, and now it's going to be, you know, it was like a few days later or something, I think, or the next day, I forget. Because someone like me would be like, okay, now I need to come up with $500, and I really didn't come up with an extra $500 to spend in that time frame. But if enough people did, that makes me think then that people really want this. Because I would love for them to make the other. Oh, it was supposed to end on January 5th. Okay, cool. And when I was talking to Justin, I did that interview with him. He was talking about how they really look at, and I've noticed this with Robot Spirits in general. If you go on PBana right now, they're reselling all the old Mobile Suit Gundam for anime. And that would go good with this Big Zam, unless that's why they were doing it. But he was saying it's because they know there's always newer people that are getting into the hobby that would want to buy that stuff, so they re-release them. That makes me think that that's going to happen, especially how long this line has been going, the Ver anime with the Zeta stuff right now. I can't wait to see. Yeah, Zeta and Blue Destiny. I cannot wait to see what is next. Thunderbolt. Even video game stuff. I want to get a Toad's Ritter. But Rogue, I would assume you would rather buy like a high grade if they re-released a new high grade. Big Zam. Oh, interesting. So, Side 7 Exports has the Big Zam for $480 with free shipping. I was going to keep that a secret, but I felt that would have been wrong to do. Oh, let's see how Christmas goes. I'm going to hold on to that link. But, you know, I was looking for, let's see. Okay, I'm seeing one for 134, but I don't know, 1/400 scale, so not exactly. That is pretty cool, though. MS in Action. Do you guys know the scale of MS in Action? Because I'm seeing between 70 and 100 for that. Okay, yeah, I'll send you guys a link. Actually, can I put it in the chat? Oh, it's 1/200. Okay, wait, is this the link? Does this work? Yeah, hopefully this link works. That's about 5 inches. Oh, okay. Well. Oh, yeah, Santo Bell, Metal Robot Spirits G Savior. Or Metal Build. I would love a Metal Build also. Wait, put it on lay-by. Okay, you've got my attention. Yeah, I'm not even seeing it anymore. That seems dangerous, though. Oh, wait, here it is. Just securely. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have to check that out. Um, cool, guys. That's it. Thanks. I love the chatting. I think I like the chatting more than the building, but I like the building, though. I'm gonna have to figure out how to, maybe if I get like a different screen that's like kind of lower by me so I could see the chat. Because as I look up, look down, look at the manual, and then sometimes I'm like, okay, where's the manual? And yeah. Alternatives, this is a build stream? I know, right? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna head out, guys. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for all being here to chat. I'm gonna try to do this again tomorrow so I can continue this and then maybe chat some more. So, all right, guys. Have a good rest of the day. We'll talk later.